What's up, Planner Babe? This is Arlie Plans. My name is Arel. Welcome back to my channel. And for this video, we are doing a humongous, all this, talking about, yeah, I can't. So we are going to do a recap of my 2019 planners. And by planners, I mean, yeah, it's an insane amount. And I honestly did not expect it to be this much. But looking back, probably, I guess, it is a lot. So, yeah, I'm gonna take you chronologically from the beginning of the year until today of all the planners that I've used. So, we'll take it one at a time, and hopefully, yeah, this video will be done, like, not that long. So, yeah, like I'm just gonna talk about, the process of why I chose planners and what was my process of, or like what made me decide to switch and to try different types of planners, because if you saw that darn stack earlier, that was a lot, and those are different planners. So I have been a planner girl since 2015, and I have been using the same planner from then, which is a happy planner. And I honestly thought that it was gonna be, the only planner that I'll be using forever and ever. But I was aware of there being other types of planners, but I was really content with what I have. But this year has been a roller coaster when it comes to deciding and realizing what type of planner I should be, or I want to be, what I want in a planner that would make me organized and productive and, actually fulfilling the purpose of an actual planner. So yeah, I'll talk you through all that while we go down memory lane of all the planners that I've used. So starting in January, I had 4 planners to start with, and they're all from Happy Planner. I had 3 classic sizes and 1 mini, and I have a B6TN that I can't show you anymore because most of the stuff I sold, but I do have a video of my Harry Potter themed TN. I'll link it somewhere in doobie-doo right here. But for Happy Planner wise, yeah, I was using 4 types. The first 3, like the classic sizes are all together. They were Frankenplanned, and each one served a purpose, and it all worked out well, in the beginning, and then until many things happened, and I'll talk you through that. So, so most of the planners, they don't look the same as I started them with, because I destashed a lot of my things, and so I basically just kept the guts, or the stuff that I actually used, planner wise. Okay, so I used the Free Spirit as my catch-all, and it was Frankenplanned with the No Drama Llama and the Mistmaker Classic. The No Drama Llama I used for my budget, finance, and my Mistmaker I use for my social media. So I'm just gonna flip through it. I haven't flipped through this in a while. Actually, ever since I destashed, that was the last time I saw these. So it's kind of nice to look back, I was a Happy Planner for almost 4 years. Yeah, so, and there was a reason that I chose it, and I really loved it. I love the stickers, love the planner. You can definitely make it your own, but it was just getting too much as far as decorating and, realizing, like, within myself, expectations and social media. So there was a lot of, growth and internalization as far as, like, the planning or how I chose, like, my planners. But it's kind of, like, cute to look back at these, though. Like how they're themed still. So I think around in April, that's when I started to realize, like, I need something different. I was itching for something different. I remember that. But I was still continuing on with, decorating and everything, but I know that something definitely needs to change. So I think it was because they're having 3 different types of planners was really overwhelming, starting to get overwhelming, because the past like 3 years prior, I only had one planner. Like I didn't have time to consider having multiple planners because, well, first of all, I was in school and then I was also working. So I made, I decorated and everything, but the planner was just a planner. Like it served its purpose for me to be organized and be productive with school and with life. So I'm not flipping through my No Drama Llama. It's a monthly layout, so I made it my own, and I use like this. These are the dailies. I use them as categorized like spending tracker. So I thought out a purpose for each section in all of the planners because I don't want pages to get wasted. I don't want blank pages. It's just not me. But as I continue on, I was starting to realize like something definitely needs to change. So I think in April I stopped. Or I think I did this, but see how it's all blank. I set it up, but I don't think I used it because this was during the time when I was trying to figure out what I really wanted or what I thought I wanted. So in May, I switched to big and I put it all together. So finance, the catch-all, and the wellness. So before we move on to this, I wanted to show you my wellness planner. So this is the Healthy Hero. And let me move this to the side. We'll continue on with this later. So I use the Healthy Hero for my wellness planner. And yeah, at first it was great. Like I love like doing these little things. So like the monthly, I have some highlights that I did. I have a mood tracker. I had a sleep log. And I think this is, I don't know what this is. This is my self-care calendar. I did that, and I also have like my fitness journey or progress review, which is good. Like I incorporated some of these things in my current system right now, but with less fluff and less decorating. Although I do like this a lot. So this is January and my wellness. I have February. And I have this week. This week was fun. It was nice to use these little journaling stickers. I have March. And I think this is where I stopped. Yeah. I think I never filled out April. Or I think I did this. Like my little goals page, but I never filled that out. April, I did my self-care calendar. With the weeks as far as they go, I didn't do them. My moods, I didn't do that. Some little tidbits right here. Yeah, it's like I enjoy making the pages before, but honestly, like around this time, I just made pages, but then at the same time, I didn't even use them or I didn't look back at them anymore. because it was more to a point of trying to get some content for my page and my YouTube than actually, using it. And then I have some journaling stuff right here for work. So that's my wellness. But then in May, I decided, I think, that the solution that I needed to do was put it all together in big. And this was my first time changing sizes from classic to big. So it was a bit of a challenge, but I also have a full video on what the setup looks like. I'll link it in the doobie-doo somewhere, in this. So this is me. And since the disc system is marvelous, I still incorporated my No Drama Llama for my finance stuff, but I think I didn't do this part. Yeah. But this part, instead of just like finance related goals, I did like for everything. So that's good. And this is first week I did big. It was very, it took a while to get used to the size, but I love having more sizes, and I did combine the catch-all version of a planner, like calendar, tasks, and the wellness part of it. So I did that. Yes, there it is. I have June. So I did I think this is around the time where it's just, I have come to realize that the Happy Planner isn't sparking joy for me anymore, which is a little sad, but at the same time, I really don't want to waste the money and time to use something that I'm not going to use and I'm not going to commit to. This is the last thing, I think. I have them decorated really nicely, and then this is where I stopped. Yeah, as far as like planner wise, but I do have, I think this is like social media section, like project. I use like the teacher layout just to give it a shot. I don't know what it's gonna look like. And I have some different types of sections that I made. Finance goals, credit cards, retirement status, medical information, my workout routine, my movie tracker, TV shows, video games, some books that honestly I didn't fill out, podcasts I didn't fill out, getaway ideas, restaurants, kindness. I have my 30 before 30. This page is like really cute. Obviously, like, I didn't throw these away because I want to keep them kind of just to look back. I don't throw away my planners when they're filled out, especially with the Happy Planner, because it kind of works like a scrapbook, a secondary scrapbook, because there's decorating and there's a little bit of memory keeping here and there. So I just keep those. So this is the chunk of like the Happy Planner that I use for the year, but I also have my work planner that I set up. Obviously this is on the cover. I sold it. I have some quotes right here. So, but work-wise, I did use this for just like strictly work. I kind of made it work for a bit, but it was getting too redundant, and that was like mostly the reason I didn't want to use multiple planners. I thought, like, for me it was ridiculous because what are you going to put in each one if all the information is just going to be the same? Yeah, like I feel like here I needed, the monthly view was nice, but the dailies were like, they were getting wasted. I didn't know what else to like put. I had some ideas here and there, but I didn't really commit to doing them. Mostly out of just like laziness. At the same time, I don't have any motivation to put them on anymore because I was losing, there's no spark to it anymore. So a bunch of note pages right here. So that's like the happy planner that I use for the year. But in between, I did have some little tidbits. So I have the Hobonichi Weeks and the Wordsworth. So we'll start with the Wordsworth. So the Wordsworth planner, the guys at Wordsworth Planner reached out to me, asked if they can send me a planner and then do a review, and kind of used it. And I did like the idea of it, but all in all, bounded planners are not my thing because I feel like you can't customize them as much as, you know, discs and rings. So I did use this for a bit. I had a purpose for it. I think it was my pre-planning planner. You know, I filled out the sections, did a little vision board right there, have my little goals, and then have those. So I think, yeah, I used it in February, and I don't know if I used it in March. I think I just used it for a month, actually, which is pretty sad. But it did serve its purpose when I was using it. So this is February, and then let's skip on to the week. So this is the weekly view. So obviously, like, not a lot of decorating. It's just like chicken scratch handwriting because it is pre-planning. I think that was it. I don't know if I used it again. Yeah, so a bunch of these pages are empty. And then the note section, I did make like little lists right here. So brain dump, planner ideas, and yeah. So it was it's cool to use. I like the format. And I think, you know, for people who like bound planners, this is really good. I really liked it when, you know, I liked it. But it just didn't, like, I'm a disc rings girl. It has to be, like, take pages out, put more in and all that, like, move stuff around. That's me. And then I also got into the Hobonichi craze because, you know, I joined a bandwagon, and that's how it is in the planner community. When one thing starts, you know, you gotta try it. And I honestly, you know, told myself, really convinced myself to love this planner. And some parts I love, but not enough to actually commit to it. And the number one reason is, and I know people actually love this feature of it, it's the paper. I cannot stand the Tomoe River paper. It's too thin. I write really, like, you know, I push my pen down really hard when I write, and I don't like shadowing too. I don't know. I just like thick paper, I guess. That's just how I am as a planner. It's just, yeah, for a while, like, I really like this planner, but I just couldn't get over the fact that the Tomoe River paper was just not for me. So I did start this in April. I did love the portability of it. I did like kits. You know, I like decorating the pages. But yeah, dude, like, the paper, it's just it's just not for me. And I even bought like Astrology just to see, but I didn't even open it. I mean, I opened it to feel the paper, but I didn't even use it. I just gifted it to a friend. It was, I didn't want to waste, but yeah. So, I mean, it lasted for like a while. I think I did it for 2 months or 3 months even. So I did like a couple of kits right here. The kits made it better for sure. But I really wanted to try just like using pen and not having stickers, just to slowly transition myself to the minimalistic side. But I just couldn't get over the paper. Like, this was actually pretty cute. Like, it was so neat. It just depended on like what pen I used too, because I tried different pens to make it work. But it was just, just couldn't get over the paper. It's nice to flip through though. Like, the paper is nice to flip through, but to actually write on it, I'm just not a fan. I am just not a fan. So this was, what, April? May. Yeah, I think this is May. I even like finished it until May, and then I just, or no, July. Yeah. Or June. Yeah, so I finished till June, but I stopped using it since, because July was the start of my revelation, realizing what I want in my planners type of situation. So let me just go through my notes right here. Yeah, so following trends is nice, if you want to try it out, but you gotta be sure, because it's really, really expensive. I bought so many kits. I was able to sell them, which is nice, but realizing now I could have saved a lot of money from all the stuff that I spent on planners. If I could have just stuck with one, or realized sooner what planner I want. So yeah. So I think around this time, June, July, is it all started on Instagram and and YouTube, actually, Instagram and YouTube. I have been a little intrigued with the minimal planners. So I started following hashtags. I started looking at hashtags and what minimal planners look like. And I have two special people that I wanted to give a shout out to, because they are the two people who, heavily inspired me and made me really realize that a minimal, I think, planner is the right planner for me. It's Hannah with Caffeine and Plans, and Alondra with Planning with Aloe. So both of them, yeah, they were like, Hannah inspired me through Instagram, and then Aloe inspired me on YouTube. I started watching her videos. So this is just a half of the year. This is just half of the year, guys. I started my minimal planning journey in July, and honestly, I haven't looked back, so it's great. So we shall move on to those bibs. Got those right here. Okay, so rings. I'm back in rings. I tried rings for a bit when I discovered the planner community, but I was very uneducated when it comes to rings. It frustrated me a lot, and that's when I discovered Happy Planner, and then I haven't looked back. But then, yeah, so just talk about briefly, like, why. A few reasons, like practicality, it having to haul ass the Happy Planner and the stickers just to keep up with a weekly spread every freaking week was exhausting to me. It wasn't sparking joy anymore. Like, decorating for me was becoming more of a chore than something I would like to do every single week. So that, and like going back to the practical reason, I am planning on traveling for work in the next few years, and having to bring a cart full of stickers and planner stuff is not gonna it's not gonna work out. So it's nice to have a hobby and to have a lot of stuff. But prioritizing what you really want in life and what are your goals and your aspirations, it's not, I need something more conducive for that. I need something more to cater to that. Also, next main reason, or I think this is the most honest and the most, I don't know, I guess like it just snapped. Was just snapped into reality of that I was using the Happy Planner for mostly, I did it especially with this year. When I used it this year and then half of last year, it was because I wanted to get into the squad. Like that's the reason. I, thought of little tidbits to make my page unique, and I love doing it. I loved creating, little pages and all that stuff, and for a while they were useful to me, but in the back of my mind it was always going to be what how I would be received, like from people. So, and realizing that when I applied for this year and I didn't get it, it was a huge like slap in the face in a good way. Now I see it as a blessing. Thank goodness, because I realize like who I am, what I want, and my planner. So basically it's just going to be, it's what it is. It's what I really wanted, like, or it led me to what I really wanted, is what I wanted to say. So yeah, like I admitted that to a few people, but not all people. So yeah, if you're still watching, that's it. That's the reason. And I'm glad that I came into the realization. Hopefully I realized it sooner than later, but with the culture of social media and the pressure, it's hard not to, it's hard to kind of be confused on what you really want, or what you want for other people to like. And that's been a journey for me this year, and I'm still on it, and I'm glad that for the most part that I've generally like I realized like what what I wanted, who I am, and hopefully continues on to, become that, not because of what I want people to see, or what I what worrying about what people would think. And it's been good to actually embrace, you know, who I am as far as like a planner and what I want truly in a planner, because I haven't stopped using my planners. Like, guys, ever since I switched to rings, like I take my planners to bed. Like is the first thing I open as soon as I wake up, and it's the last thing that I look at as soon as before I go to sleep. And that's a commitment. And if you don't feel that way about your planners and it doesn't help you achieve your goals and everything else, maybe it's time to rethink some things. So yeah, that was a bit of a downer, I think. But I am recapping my 2019, so I feel like I needed to share that for people. Also, like I want to encourage people to think of what you want and who you want to be and what works for you, not what works for people's eyes. So that's all I'm going to say about that subject, finally. So, yes, we'll switch to rings. So, I switched to rings around July. That's when I started using it. I did start with a Filofax personal stone, and personal, choosing a size, I think it was the best for me. Like, it's portable, but not too small. So, I like that. This is just a Webster's Pages planner that I got on sale. It's just housing my inserts that I use since July. So I'm just gonna flip through it so you guys can see. So it's definitely a complete 360 with my planning. You know, I still use stickers here and there, but it's not, there's not a lot of color, and it's looks so good. And it, you know, it's relaxing to like please, it's an eye pleaser to look at. So this is August. So I'm glad to discover, like, you know, different shops, different companies that are, you know, for this type of like planning, which was really good. And you know, here and there you still have to figure out like what your style is, and it's been really good to figure out and just, you know, just focus on the task, like focus on the planning, like not the decorating. Like I would still, like in my 2020 lineup, I am going to have a journal and, you know, for memory keeping with like decorating and stuff, because, you know, who doesn't love decorating? Like I do too, but it's not going to be any part of like the planner itself. It's just going to be for memory keeping. And that's what will be shown in my lineup for 2020. So now here I started using dailies in October, which was nice. So in here I started, you know, following more people who do the same planning as I am now. So yeah, it's nice to get some inspiration and, you know, how they use their planners and how they set it up, you know, and how they use it like as functional as it can be. And that's like super awesome to me. It's November. I think November is the actual month that I use a full month of dailies, because in October I think I started on the 5th. Yep. So it's definitely, yeah, it's like complete 360, guys. From like the beginning of the video, you know, with all those decorated pages till now. So yeah, this is from July to November, and then this is the current one right now. I do have a few flips on Instagram. I'm not going to flip through all of this now. And because this setup is still the current one, I'm going to link the video in the video. And then I also have, I couldn't let go of the multiple planner system, but not 8 planners, but just 3. So I miss having a wellness planner, so I made one as well, but, you know, in a more minimal version. I do have a flip of this in Doobie-Doo, who will be linked. So it's basically the same, but it's mostly set up for 2020 now. I did switch my discs. I added some stuff for 2020, like the lifestyle planner. And then I have some different lists that I added, and then some calendars. I will be posting an updated flip of this baby for 2020. And my last one is my extension. So I do like having the personal size as my everyday carry, but I do want to have more information and resources in another planner that I don't necessarily have to bring, and that's the purpose of this bad boy. So this is also set up for 2020 already. I'm gonna do a separate video for this, but yeah, she's all chunky and thick, and every page has a purpose. Every page matters. in this planner. She is hella chunky. So yeah, so these three are this is my golden trio right now. My A5, my personal, and my half letter discs for my wellness. So yeah, 2019 has been crazy, you know, in my personal life also, but for, this is a planner video, this is a planner YouTube channel. So it also has been a roller coaster as far as like my planners. So it's been an insane journey, but I'm glad I got to where I am today because it's been the most content um, feeling that I have been when it comes to planners. So this is my 2019 recap. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And of course, if you want to see more content from me, which will be coming up soon, I have 2 other videos, which is my 2020 lineup, and I'm going to do a setup, like a planner setup of my everyday carry for 2020. It's not going to be this cover. It's going to be different. I haven't shown anybody it yet, even on Instagram. It's going to be a surprise, but we're going to be setting the planner up on camera together. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you later. Bye.